My name is Evan Medina. I'm here with,
Kendall and
and our guest today is Kacie Lipton. Hi, Kacie.
Evan.
So what is your occupation currently?
My current occupation is called an educator assistant here at Enchanted Hills Elementary School in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
When did you graduate from York High School?
I graduated in 2009.
What classes did you take at YHS that helped you in college and now in your career?
The classes that I think helped me the most were probably the general education classes, like my English classes and my math classes, because those were ones that was required to have when I went to college before I knew really what I wanted to do. So I would say those were the ones that helped me the most. And Mr. Rosenberg was one of my teachers.
Where did you go to college after graduating from York High School?
The colleges that I went to after I graduated was University of Southern Maine first, but I only went there for 2 semesters. And when my family moved to Great Falls, Montana, I went to the Great Falls Community College there, and I graduated with an associate's degree actually in medical coding.
Did you change your degree at all when you first started college?
I believe I did change my degree when I first started because I'm not sure. I was undetermined, I'm pretty sure, when I went to University of Southern Maine. But when I went to the one in Great Falls, I knew what I was going for. So that one was definitely for the health information technology, I think it was called.
When did you graduate college?
I graduated college in 2018.
And have you been doing the same job since then?
No, I decided that I didn't like that job because it had a lot to do with computers and things like that. And I can do it, but it didn't make me happy, you know? So I changed my career because I do have 2 young children and we live so far from where we grew up because my husband is also an alumni of YHS, that I decided to do something that I could have the same schedule as my kids, which was working at a school, and I really enjoy it.
Great. Did anything or anyone influence you while you were here at YHS?
Yeah, actually, your teacher, Mr. Rosenberg, influenced me a lot because I think he saw me for someone that I didn't see myself as in like a really positive light. So I felt like I could do things that maybe, at first I didn't think I could. But he was like, you really can. You have the ability. And so, yeah, Mr. Rosenberg was a huge deal for me.
Did that help you make any certain decisions in your adulthood?
I would say, yes, this did help me make decisions as I get older. There was something that, because Mr. Rosenberg was very important to me, he was the only teacher that I had write in my high school yearbook that I still have from senior year. And it was one of the most positive things that anyone had ever said about me at that time. And I still look back at it. It was saying how I look at people as a person first and a title later. And I still like to do that now in my everyday life. I look at you as a human rather than your title of your job. And I think it's gotten me far, just like what he said in my yearbook, that it would get me far.
I totally agree. It's definitely inspirational because a lot of influence you can use in your younger ages definitely can use when you're older, either from parents or teachers. So it's definitely pretty cool.
Definitely. Yes, and Mr. Rosenberg was a very positive influence for me, so I'm very appreciative of him now, which is why I'm here talking to you guys now.
So what grade do you work with?
I am a special education 4th grade EA.
What decided you to be a 4th grade teacher?
Well, it actually This is a loaded question for me because I have been working previously. I've been a kindergarten education assistant, which I really enjoy. I kind of miss it because fourth grade math is difficult. But we moved this year up because my teaching partner, she graduated and got all of her certificates to become a special education teacher. And they asked her to move up to fourth grade. And she was like, do you want to come with me? And I said, sure, I'll try it. But my preference is in the primary grades. I just love teaching the little kindergartners. They're so much fun. And I feel like when you are teaching them, you're teaching them things that they'll use, their entire life, like their letters, their sounds, their numbers, things that they don't even realize that they use every single day of their entire lives, So that is kind of why I love doing what I do. It's been difficult this year because fourth grade, they already know that stuff. You're just kind of teaching them more advanced parts of it. So it's been different this year, but I enjoy it.
What were major decisions that helped you to become a teacher?
Well, I think the biggest decision that helps me become a teacher was how I have children of my own, and we don't have family around. So I needed a job where I could have the summers off with them because I wanted them, not necessarily because I needed them, but I wanted that time with them. So really, my children were the huge deciding factor for me.
What do you miss most about YHS?
This is going to be silly, but I miss the stuffed shells at the cafeteria. It was my favorite food. It still is now. I also miss seeing my friends, the ones that I had at school. And, of course, Iceberg, my favorite teacher.
Were there any takeaways from your adolescent years going into your adulthood that you're still using, but you think that were beneficial to have?
Yes and no. When I was younger, my high school experience might have been a little bit different than others. So it made me a little bit more resilient, sympathetic, empathetic, and understanding to other humans. So I think that might have been the biggest takeaway. It wasn't necessarily from what was happening at YHS, but the way that my teachers handled it and understood and gave me opportunities to better myself was, I think, helpful.
Is there anything else you would like to tell us about?
Oh, geez. I think it's really cool that you guys go to a school where you have this type of thing, like a podcast class. That is so cool. It makes me feel happy for you guys that you guys are going to go out into the world and have these experiences and have these, utilities that you can use. I say that to my kids. You have utilities in your toolbox. You can use it out of your brain. And this is one of the cool things that you guys have.
Here in York High School, they're definitely investing a lot more, which is good.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, Kacie, thank you very much for joining us today. It was definitely beneficial to hear from another alumni from York High School. So, thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, well, it was so great to talk to you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.